Hello my friends, this is Diane. We're going to try a craft with me video today. We'll see how it goes, and if it doesn't go well then I just won't upload it. I'm still recovering from being a little bit sick this weekend, so if I'm too quiet I apologize, but I'll do my best. What I'm working on are two journals with the vintage ladies on the fronts. I love finding these books. So these are what I'm working on. This one, this Beachy, is a custom order, and this one will be in my shop when they're done. And I knew that I wanted to decoupage on some of these glassine bags. So I did one for each signature. So I just did some napkins on these. And while I had my Mod Podge out and my brush all covered with Mod Podge, I decided I would just grab some more pieces that I had and work on them. So yesterday I spent some time just Mod Podging napkins onto pieces. So I may add more to these things when I'm ready to use them. I don't know if these will go in these journals or not. Maybe some of them will. So I did some guest checks, some alterations tags. I like that you can still see the writing and lines through the napkin. And the bags, I thought I did something else too, but I'm not sure where I put them. So anyway, that was just yesterday's play. And then last night before I went to bed, I was trying to think of something I could do with some of the supplies that I have. So I made these little tags out of bingo cards. These are vintage bingo cards. And I took my vintage library pockets. When I buy books from library sales, let me see this, I save the pockets out of the back of the book. So these are what I use on the front of the bingo card. And they're written on, and this one's torn. I'll have to fix that. What am I trying to show you? Usually they have markings on them to show that they were discontinued. They put big black marks on them or something. These aren't so bad, but they usually have markings that I want to cover. So anyway, that's what I did. So I did this one first. And I knew I wanted to have some lace draped over it, so I put this on. I wanted to give it a kind of a shabby chic look. So this was just a lace handkerchief from a vintage handkerchief corner that was left over from another project. And then I added this little bit of lace and then this crochet trim at the top. And I stamped the numbers on it at the top. I just rubbed a little bit of Victorian rose or something like that, distress ink around the edges. Someone had sent me these little bits of film strip, so I glued that back there, and this is just a little vintage piece that I had purchased from an Etsy seller. So you can't even see the number when I put the card in, and I'll probably distress this. I was debating on whether I wanted to embellish the card at all, but I don't think so because there's enough embellishment on the card itself. And then I just tucked this little vintage ticket in there. So what I would probably do with these, let me get one of my covers here, is put one on the front of a book, and this can be this book belongs to card. So I thought that was cute. So then it was so much fun to do that, and I felt inspired to do other themes. So I did this one. I have a variety of vintage bingo cards, so it's fun to play around with them. So again, scrapbook paper covering it, and this is one of the bird bingo cards that I got recently. And this is just a little snippet of more of this handkerchief and a little rosette, little trim up there, and that's it. I didn't tuck anything behind like I did on that one because I like the color blue of the numbers with this. And then I stapled a vintage bus ticket, British bus ticket. On the back it says, "Go by bus." I stapled that to a new blue library card and just tucked that in. And then I think I just did this one today. Yeah, this morning. I liked the bingo font up here, and I thought it looked more fun and childish, so I used teddy bears on this one. And this is a Mrs. Coggs image from her teddy bears collection. This is a piece of like a burlap ribbon that somebody sent me. It was wired ribbon, and I just cut this piece off and pulled the wires out and glued it on behind the bears. Put a little merchandise tag here and a vintage milk ticket there, and tucked in a yellow card. So we're going to make a couple more of these today. I don't know how it will go because I don't have everything pulled out that I want to use, and I may have to get up and down a bit, but that's okay. So I think first, I've been wanting to do like a farm kitchen thing, and I thought I had some images for, I wanted something with red gingham and, you know, like 30s colors and stuff, but I couldn't find anything that was the right size in my stash. So I pulled this out of one of my vintage cookbooks. It says cinnamon streusel. It's just a vintage recipe. So I want to put that on there. This is a lotto card, by the way. And I'll probably, I got these Tim Holtz milk bottle caps. I could use a vintage milk bottle cap because I do have some, but I think I'm going to go with this today. So one of these. Yeah, I like that one. So I'll add this on it somewhere. But like I said, I was looking for a red gingham look. So I think I have red gingham washi tape. Maybe I'll be able to add that. Yeah, these are like the very first washi tapes I ever bought, and they're Martha Stewart. I had to get them online because that was before you could find them everywhere in the stores. This one's about gone. I don't know if I can use any of it. Guess I can use a little piece. There's a little bit of that left. Maybe I'll be able to put that on there somewhere. Oh, I think rickrack would be great for this one. So let me get my rickrack. There's some vintage red rickrack. What else can I use? I should get my distress ink, I think. All right, we can just get started. Now, when I pull the library pockets off of the book, you know, they're glued down. So they get damaged, and this one is pretty worn through, but this will all be covered up. This is torn, but it will be glued down, and then most of this will be covered up. It'll just be a really thin border. So it will look better. So I'm just going to ink the edges. Pretty good. And I'll show you how I cover these. Now this is pretty easy. I already measured it and cut this to the right size, but I'll show you how I do the back part too. You know, I might have some gingham paper I could put there. I don't know I don't think I want to put the washi tape on that. It's not wide enough. Nope. This might be just the right size though. I might do that instead of using paper this time. There goes that washi tape. So what I would do if this was paper is I cut it to about a 1 1/4 inch wide. And what's the width on this? I can never remember numbers. I think it's about 3. 3/8, but I cut it a little shorter, so I cut it about 3 1/4, I think. So for this, I'm just going to lay it on and the way I want it, and then just kind of mark it. Usually I tear washi tape, but I am going to cut this one. Whoops, pardon me. And when I have my paper cut the way I want it, I just make sure it does slide down in there and it's the right width. It's a little tricky because this is already sticky. So I just make sure it looks the way I want it. And then I use this corner puncher. This one is by X-Acto, and it's, I don't think this is going to work because of the texture of the paper, so I'll just round it. The corner puncher marked it enough that I could see it. Anyway, this one gives you a larger curve, and this one is a smaller curve. And because the curve on the library pockets is small, that's the one I use. But you can just, you know, draw it on your, what am I doing? You know, you can just lay it down and trace around it and cut it out yourself if you don't have the corner puncher. Sorry, I have to have it up close to my eyes so I can see it. All right, so now I will add some glue. This Martha Stewart washi tape that I got years ago is different from other washi tapes. You might be able to hear it. It's a little crinklier. It feels more like paper, I think, than some of the others. I mean, they're all paper tape, but this just feels more papery. There. That looks good. Yeah, that looks like a 1930s farm kitchen. Especially when I add a little gingham and a milk cap. Okay, so now I'll add this. I decided to leave the little edges where the perforations were. It adds some interest. Just trying to figure out where I want this. And where I want the rickrack. And do I want something behind this? You could glue this on as a tuck, but I think it has enough going on that I don't want to do that. I'll just make it a little simpler. But I might want something behind it. A little bit. Maybe just a little bit of eyelet. Eyelet. That's country. It would be great to add some of that bead sack fabric here. Well, I have some coffee dyed eyelet, but I think I might want the fresher look here. Whoop. Maybe just a little piece of eyelet back there. I don't know where my fabric scissors are. Try these. I don't want it to go the whole width across. I'm rounding that corner a little bit, cutting a little off here. There, I think that looks cute. Yeah, maybe I'll add that too, we'll see. Okay, let's start gluing. All right. First I'll glue the rickrack to the top. I don't have I use a camera, not a phone, to film, and I don't have anything that holds it from above. I have a shelf up here that might work for that, but so I have a tripod that sits right next to me, and it gets awkward working around the tripod. So I know sometimes I get my pieces a little bit not centered and not positioned the best, and I apologize for that. It looks cute. Ooh, maybe it looks cuter like that. I think so. I like it on that better. What do you think? I'll use the Lotto card for a different style. I love bingo cards, and I don't know why. Just the graphics, I guess. And I put this on a little bit off-centered, like down in the corner, so you can just see a little bit more of the card. And then I would just add a library card in there, and it's all set. I like that one. The Mrs. Coggs images are great for these because most of them are the right size. So I had this one pulled out and this other teddy bear one. But I think I want to go with this little child reading a book because it's so precious. So I think I might get a different envelope or library pocket to use just so I don't have to fuss with that on camera. So now I just have to, this is a smaller card obviously, so I'm not going to put anything behind it. I want more of the card to show. And I just have to select some fabric or paper to cover the back of the card. But once I started making these, I just had all these other ideas for other themes I could use, and it just was so much fun. You could decorate these envelopes without gluing them to a bingo card too. It's just fun to decorate the envelopes. I really like that one. Can't wait to make a farmhouse cookbook with that. Now, I have a little tub of scraps right next to my workstation here. It's just on the floor next to me. So I'll look through here for something that would work with this image and the style that I want. That's kind of cute. I have right underneath this is a drawer of larger scraps too, but I look through the little ones first, see if I have something that works. I like the design, but the colors weren't right. Looks like I have other junk thrown in here too. I don't think there's enough contrast there. I'm being picky today. I don't think I know what I want. I wonder what it would look like with music paper behind it. Or, since the child is reading a book, maybe some vintage book page behind it. Sorry folks, I'll be right back. So I've got this book that I already made a journal out of the cover with, so I'll just look for a page with some text. I don't know, we'll see. So I want it to be 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. So I'm just swiveling my chair around so I can access my cutter. Sorry to turn my back on you. I'm still here. Okay, I think that's about the right size. Could have been just a smidge taller, but that was the text block. And then she can go there. And then I'll put something back here. Maybe I'll just use that. So I'll just cut this 1 1/2 inches by 3 1/4. And make sure it fits down in there properly. That looks good. And I will punch the corners. So I just test things out before I actually glue anything down. This picture is large enough that you don't see much of the text, the book page anyway, so. Alright, now what kind of embellishments should I put on it? I didn't put the lid on this. This one, I lost the cap. That happens all the time. It's just a little tiny white cap, and then I end up losing it. And I think there's still more than half a bottle there. Oh, I don't know. I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached, I think. Well, I have my drawers of vintage pieces right next to me, so I'm looking at these to see. I have these vintage tags. I could add one of my vintage gift tags, but I didn't like that. That one's pretty. And I have vintage tickets. laces. Maybe I'll put a little rosette on there like I did the other one. I could use one of those use one of those darker ones. This is just a card that I got at Hobby Lobby. I think it was, I don't remember if it was clearance. I don't think it was, but it was on sale anyway. Half price. Well, where's the end? Come on. I'm pulling on all of these and nothing is coming loose. They really tucked that end in good. I think I'll just cut one. Cut one from anywhere. Okay, here we go. Oh, of course. Oh, that's the end I just cut. I was going to say, of course, there's the end. But that's because I just cut it. Where's the end? I still don't see it. They're both way down under. Well, that was funky. Okay, it doesn't matter because I'm just using it as rosettes mostly anyway. Individuals. I don't know if I want to put that one on there. Needs something else. What does it need? Just a little lace there, maybe. Oh, that's cute. And I think that will be enough. Okay, now we can start gluing. There's that. I don't mean to give you the silent treatment. But I am, aren't I? Just can't think of anything to talk about. So I wanted this eyelet behind the picture, so I put the glue on the back. Just make sure I get the right side of the eyelet. Sometimes I don't think it matters. So I'm hoping to get a good deal done on those two journals. I don't know if I dare hope to finish them, but they're coming along nicely. I got a lot done on them yesterday, so we'll see. I'm working the rest of the week, so I want to get a lot done today. And by the way, I saw a picture on Pinterest that gave me the idea to put the library card on top of the bingo card. I should have mentioned that right off the top. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this on. Like I said, you could glue this on as a tuck spot or with a pocket back here, but I don't want to do that. I don't know if I want to center this one. I don't think so. I like having those partial numbers peeking out. And if there's loose paper on the back from tearing it off, I either just remove it or make sure it's glued down. Just stick a little glue under the loose piece as you're gluing it. I'm always knocking stuff in my garbage. I wonder how many things I've thrown away accidentally like that. So if your library has a book sale for like $1 a bag or something, and you can't find a bag's worth of books that you want, look in the backs of the books, and if they have decent library cards, it's worth it to throw them in the bag and get some vintage library cards, or pockets, I mean. There we go. We did 2 library pocket bingo cards. These are the 2 we did today. And these are the ones I did previously. So these are fun, and I will have these handy to use in journals. Thanks for hanging out with me and crafting with me. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.